Luis Diaz's potential move to Barcelona has long been a subject of much speculation, and it now seems to be drawing ever closer to reality. The idea that this deal could be in the works is becoming more and more plausible as time goes on. The situation at Liverpool is in flux, with many variables pointing toward a major reshaping of their squad in the near future. Diaz, who has been one of the shining lights for the Reds since his arrival, now finds himself in the middle of a transfer saga that could end with him swapping Merseyside for Catalan Liverpool's evolving forward line. Liverpool's forward line has been an area of growing concern in recent months. The club's attacking depth, which was once seen as their strongest suit, is now facing uncertainty as a number of key players approach the final stages of their contracts or have seen their performances questioned. This has led to speculation about major changes in attack as early as the summer transfer window. Mohamed Salah, perhaps the most iconic of Liverpool's current forwards, has his contract expiring at the end of the current campaign. Despite his immense contribution to the team, there is a sense that the Egyptian winger could be on the move, particularly with interest from some of Europe's top clubs, including those in Saudi Arabia and across Europe. The situation surrounding Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez is also a topic of considerable discussion. Jota, once seen as an important piece of Liverpool's forward rotation, has not been able to consistently maintain the form that made him a standout player in his early seasons at the club. Meanwhile, Núñez, while possessing undoubted talent, has struggled to find consistency in his performances, and questions have been raised about his ability to adapt fully to Liverpool's playing style. This sense of uncertainty around several members of Liverpool's attacking unit has created the perfect environment for a shake-up, with Luis Diaz perhaps the most intriguing case. Unlike the others, Diaz has shown glimpses of real brilliance, with his performances often injecting much-needed flair into the team. However, his future with Liverpool is now clouded with questions surrounding his contract and his standing within the team. Luis Diaz, a rising star with a dilemma. Luis Diaz's arrival at Liverpool was met with a great deal of excitement. The Colombian forward made an immediate impact upon his arrival, with his pace, flair and directness offering a new dimension to Liverpool's attacking play. However, Diaz's time at Anfield has not been without its ups and downs. While he has been undeniably talented, injuries have marred his progress, and this season he has struggled to maintain the kind of consistency required to fully establish himself as a key figure in Jurgen Klopp's side. As Diaz approaches the final years of his contract, questions have begun to arise about his future at the club. Liverpool in recent months have made attempts to secure his long-term future by offering him a new deal, but Diaz has reportedly rejected this offer. This rejection is significant because it points to a growing sense of discontent on his part, as the offer did not align with what he expected, in terms of both salary and overall terms. Diaz's current contract, which was signed in 2022, runs until 2027. The fact that he has rejected an improved offer suggests that he is not entirely satisfied with his situation at Liverpool. Given that his market value is still high, the Colombian may be positioning himself for a move elsewhere, especially if his demands are not met at Anfield. If Liverpool are not prepared to offer him what he believes he is worth, a transfer could be on the cards, and that is where Barcelona could come in. Barcelona's interest in Luis Diaz. Barcelona's reported interest in Luis Diaz is not a new development. The Catalan giants have long been on the lookout for players who can bring a new spark to their attack, and Diaz fits the profile of a player who could flourish in their system. The winger's ability to dribble at defenders, create chances, and provide a cutting edge in the final third makes him an attractive option for a club that has struggled at times to find the same attacking potency it once enjoyed. Sport, the Spanish newspaper, recently reported that Barcelona are once again targeting Diaz as one of their key transfer targets. This is hardly the first time such reports have surfaced, with Mundo Deportivo pushing the same narrative over the past few months. It is clear that Barcelona are looking for reinforcements in the attacking department, and Diaz represents a viable option, especially given his experience in top-level European football. One of the key factors that could make this move happen is the fact that Barcelona are reportedly confident they can meet any asking price set by Liverpool. While the financial situation at Barcelona has been challenging in recent years, the club has been making strides towards stabilizing its finances. If they can offer a package that Liverpool deems acceptable, then this deal could be on the horizon. It is also worth noting that the Spanish media has a well-established track record of pushing transfer narratives in a way that primes both players and clubs for eventual moves. This has been seen many times in the past with Barcelona, and it would not be surprising to see this media push continue as the transfer window nears. The dynamics of a potential transfer. For a transfer of this magnitude to occur, a number of factors will need to align. First and foremost, Liverpool will need to accept that Diaz is no longer part of their long-term plans. If the player's discontent with his current situation is indeed genuine, then Liverpool may be open to selling him, rather than risk losing him for a reduced fee later down the line. From Barcelona's perspective, the financial situation will be crucial. The club has made significant strides in terms of restructuring their finances in recent seasons, but they must still be mindful of the financial fair play regulations and their salary cap. The deal for Diaz would need to be structured in a way that both clubs are satisfied with, and that ensures Barcelona can afford the player without overextending themselves. Given that Diaz is still relatively young and has the potential to develop into one of Europe's best wide players, the transfer fee could be significant. However, Barcelona may see this as a worthwhile investment if they believe he can bring the attacking spark they've been missing in recent seasons. The impact on Liverpool's rebuild. Luis Diaz's potential departure would form part of a broader restructuring of Liverpool's forward line. If Salah also departs, as some reports suggest, the club would be left with significant gaps to fill. Jota and Nunez, despite their talents, have not fully convinced as long-term options, and Liverpool may choose to go in a different direction. The departure of Diaz could therefore set off a chain reaction, with the Reds forced to find replacements and potentially overhaul their attack. This could represent a new chapter for Liverpool, one where they look to build around a fresh generation of forwards who can carry the team forward in the years to come. Jurgen Klopp, known for his ability to build and rebuild teams, will likely have a strong say in the direction the club takes. Conclusion. Luis Diaz to Barcelona is a deal that feels increasingly inevitable. With his contract situation at Liverpool becoming more uncertain and Barcelona's reported interest continuing to grow, the pieces are falling into place for a summer transfer. While there are still many factors to consider, including financial negotiations and potential replacements at Liverpool, the writing seems to be on the wall. If Diaz moves to Barcelona, it will mark a new chapter in his career and potentially signal the beginning of a new era for both clubs. For Liverpool, it will be a decision that shapes their future, and for Diaz it could represent the opportunity to take his talents to one of Europe's most prestigious clubs. As the summer transfer window approaches, all eyes will be on Anfield and Camp Nou to see if this long-anticipated move finally comes to fruition. The stars are aligning, and it's now just a matter of time before Luis Diaz becomes a Barcelona player.